footballgameplan.com, where football makes sense. I'm Emery Hunt, the czar of the playbook, breaking down the Broncos versus the Chargers. Now let's look at Denver in this matchup. Offensively, you gotta love what Tebow is doing out there right now, keeping that offense on pace, doing just enough to where he doesn't lose a game, to where he can come back and win it. Now, attacking the San Diego Chargers is going to be simple. You just run downhill at that 3-4 defense. One thing that the Chargers have been doing well, they've been playing a little bit more aggressive, and they have been active around the line of scrimmage. The good thing about Denver, they don't care. They run the football, and they're going to be able to run the football against San Diego, and that just keeps Tebow in those manageable situations and helps that offense get on pace. I would say McCoy has to do a better job of opening up that playbook just a little bit more for Tebow to hit those passes, and Decker has to catch the football early on in the ball game and throughout the ball game. Now, defensively, when you attack San Diego, you have to make sure you protect inside out. The Chargers have an explosive offense. Phillip Rivers is the reason why they're struggling, but the pieces are there. So if the Broncos can protect inside out, that means wall off those tight ends, wall off the wide receivers, force Phillip Rivers to be an accurate passer for 60 minutes, and they can have some success. Now, where they also can attack is downhill. The Broncos rivaled the Seahawks as far as the speed on the defensive side of the football. So look for Von Miller and Doomerville to have success putting that constant pressure on Phillip Rivers. And that's what I'm looking at to see how well can these guys keep that pressure going for 60 minutes. Now let's look at San Diego in this ball game. One thing that the Chargers do have, there's still a lot of talent on their roster. Let's not kid ourselves. And for the Denver Broncos defense, it's going to be a tough task because I want to see how well those nickel and dime corners can cover for Denver. And that's what I'm looking at. If I'm the Chargers, I'm coming in. Again, I know we talk about getting back to the basics as far as running the football, but when you got 4 wide receivers or the talent to stretch teams out 4 wides, even with 2 receivers and 2 tight ends, you have to do so. You have to see how well those nickel and dime corners of the Denver Broncos can cover. So look for the Chargers to come in and stay in spread formations, and also look to run out of those same spread formations, and that's going to ease Phillip Rivers back into a more manageable situation where he's not throwing 30+ passes a game. Now defensively, it's all about gap control. If you find yourself out of position against the Broncos running attack, you're going to find yourself on the losing end of the stick. So I'll look for the defensive line to hold their own, and those linebackers have to maintain their gap responsibilities. And you can also send extra. Until Tebow can prove he can beat you in one-on-one coverage consistently, send extra. Keep that extra guy in the box. More cover 3. No cover 2. No cover 4. More cover 3. Keep one safety back until they prove they can consistently pass their way out that coverage, and that's going to be able to keep that front 7 active and keep 8 guys around the football, because you want to stay busy at the line of scrimmage when you're facing a team like the Broncos. Now let's look at some X factors in this ball game. X factors for the Denver Broncos has to be tight end play. The Chargers are very aggressive when they're attacking teams on the defensive side of the football, so I look for the tight ends of the Denver Broncos to have some success. They have to show up this week. X factor for the San Diego Chargers has to be the interior offensive line. When you're stopping a interior defensive line, when you're stopping a spread attack, it all starts with pressure down the middle. That throws off the entire timing of the rest of the offensive line. Big game in the AFC West, still teams fighting for playoff positioning. I'm going with the Broncos. I'm riding this Tebow train. One thing Tebow doesn't do that no one gives him credit for is throw interceptions, and that's what Phillip Rivers does. And you give the Broncos defense, give that Broncos offense one more possession to run the ball, it could be a long day. I look for the Broncos to win this ball game. For more NFL previews, visit footballgameplan.com/NFL or visit our YouTube channel at youtube.com/footballgameplan. And listen to the Football Game Plan radio show, which airs Saturdays 11 a.m. Eastern Time at blogtalkradio.com/footballgameplan.